Why is there a clown ninja killing monsters? What horrible outcome happens if you upset Michael Douglas in this game of rock, paper, scissors? Our protagonist Zheng Kaixi has a vivid imagination and has self-proclaimed himself to be crazy. He is working a menial job dressed as a clown, trying to pay for his mother's medical bills. At work, he escapes reality by fantasizing. He turns into a gritty Ronald McDonald Joker ninja that stylishly kills monsters embodied by people in the real world. He's suddenly snapped out of his fantasy when his childhood friend Li Jun approaches him at his workplace with what sounds on the surface like a great get-rich-quick real estate investment. Zheng refuses, as it would require his mom's legal signature. Li Jun insists that quick money is the solution, and it would not only help with Zheng's mom, but also help Zheng's chances having a shot with his childhood sweetheart, Liu King. The next day, Zheng is spending time with his comatose mom in the hospital. His mom's assigned nurse also happens to be Zheng's childhood sweetheart, Liu King. Liu is being sexually harassed by another patient in the hospital. This makes Zheng upset, but Liu insists that she needs to keep her head down, as this is her job. Zheng gets enraged when the patient continues to harass Liu, and thus beats him up. For real, this isn't a fantasy. This lands Liu in trouble with the hospital management. However, she insists to do right by Zheng. Zheng voyeuristically observes this, and later suggests that Liu should go find someone and be happy, whilst being miserable himself. Liu suggests that she would be happy with Zheng, and then pieces out. This triggers Zheng to become desperate to resolve this current situation, and confess to his comatose mother. Zheng's mom looks like she is having happy dreams and does not respond. She's comatose. Zheng gives in and calls his friend Li Jun to accept the investment deal. Li Jun comes to the hospital to collect his mom's thumbprint and doesn't ask too many questions. He leaves with a very suspicious-looking bad egg, which Zheng notices. Zheng later tries to call Li Jun, as he's anxious about the sketchy investment he's just made. It turns out, Li Jun has scammed Zheng and has indebted him with his own outstanding loans that he's lost and compounded through gambling debts. The suspicious-looking bat egg comes to collect Zheng and take him to his boss Michael Douglas, Anderson. The suspicious bad egg's name is Ando. Anderson explains that Zheng now has to pay for Li Jun's debts. However, he has the chance to clear this giant debt in one go if he decides to play a mysterious game on a cruise ship. Zheng thinks about it for 1 minute, then impulsively agrees. The next day, Zheng comes to the hospital to pick up some things, but his love interest Liu notices that something is off. She tries to warn him that he should stay out of trouble, and that if he needs money, she can help the honest way. He refuses again to accept her charity and rushes off to the meeting spot. Before going on the cruise, Zheng meets Ando alongside a few other potential players in a parking lot. Ando proceeds to give vague instructions to the players that they will be anesthetized immediately and wake up in an undisclosed location. Zheng now finally realizes all the red flags that have been waving in his face and tries to flee in a car. A stylistic car chase ensues. At the end, it turns out this was yet another crazy fantasy in his head. In reality, he tries to flee, but Ando shoots him with an anesthetic anyway. Zheng does not seem to have a choice now, as the players are transported onto the cruise. Zheng wakes up and it appears that the games are about to begin. The players are gathered in a casino hall, where a tiger is inexplicably kept in a cage above the proceedings. Anderson appears again to explain the game and rules. The game is rock, paper, scissors. Players are given cards that correspond to rock, paper, or scissors, and 3 stars, which are lost or gained when they lose or win matches. Players need to finish all their cards and have at least 3 stars in order to win and get off the ship by the time the game ends. A player asks what happens to those who lose, to which Anderson provides a vague answer. Anderson then formally introduces this event and cruise as Animal World, as per the name of the movie. We see the tiger once again. Zheng notices a player who has lost and is dragged behind into an ominous room. Zheng is immediately approached by another player, Zhang Jinkin, who suggests that they stand a better chance of surviving if they team up. Zheng agrees. Turns out, This guy is also an asshole, and Zheng has once again been scammed and left with 1 star. An upset Zheng passes out and wakes up to Li Jun, the original friend who had dragged him into this mess. Li is there because once again, he believes he can gamble his debt off. Li hypothesizes that the ultimate losers are to be doomed with a fate worse than death, human experimentation. As such, they must find a way to win together. Li has heard rumors that losers of the rock, paper, scissors game are taken to the Black Room, where they are given 1 more chance to leave, after which, those losers are definitely doomed to human experimentation. Zheng and Li Jun surmise that they need to find another player to stack their chances. They do find another player, Meng Guixiang. At first, Meng tries to steal their cards and save himself, but ends up losing another star. The 3 of them then make up in the bathroom and reaffirm their teamwork and commitment to each other. Meng tries to gain sympathy by telling Zheng and Li that he has a daughter. For reals this time, guys. After some deliberation, Zheng has a mathematical epiphany on how they can win. They look for a specific player with a specific amount of cards left to put his theory into practice. Zheng's innate math talent proves to work, and they win some stars. Suddenly, we cut away to another Anderson scene. Anderson shows up to tell everyone that if you cheat by trying to flush your cards down the toilet, you will be eliminated earlier. He then shoots a cheating player in the head in front of everyone as a lesson. Our 3 heroes then strategize on their next steps. Zheng uses his math talent once again to come up with a winning strategy. The Scottish black sheep. There is a flashback to Zheng's childhood, and what appears to be Zheng's dad. The team huddle again in the bathroom where they once again reaffirm that trust is imperative if they are going to win together. Zheng and Li Jun have a moment to reflect on life, and Zheng recalls when he was a child, something similar happened to his dad, where Zheng's dad was mysteriously hauled away by some suspicious-looking bad guys. In the hall, things are looking dire for our heroes. Li and Meng's fates start to waver as they start to panic. A player called Luca approaches Zheng to play a critical high-stakes game. The 3 agree to play, trusting in Zheng's capability. During the game, Zheng fantasizes that Luca transforms into a monster. Zheng wins, and he's able to outsmart Luca. Zhang Jingqin appears again after observing Zheng's impressive performance, in an attempt to get Zheng to ditch his new friends and team up with him again. He tells Zheng that he's personally seen what happens to those who lose. Yes, it's still human experimentation. Zheng refuses to trust Zhang and ditch his new friends. Undeterred, Zheng decides to go about addressing all the remaining players in the hall that they need to trust him and expedite the ending of this game. Zheng exposes Zhang's trickery and nefarious plots to the remaining group, including how Zhang had marked certain cards, rigging any potential game he plays. Zheng also explains that Zhang had not taken into account that there were cards that were flushed down the toilet. Zheng has basically brought everyone to the rational consensus that they should play him, not Zhang, if they want a fair game, and finish playing any remaining cards they might still be holding, including Zhang. Zheng and Zhang have a final showdown, in which Zheng has absolute control. Zheng concludes that the only outcome would be that his friends Li and Meng will be safe, but he would need to risk himself to be taken to the Black Room, where he hopes to be given 1 more chance to be saved. As mentioned earlier in the movie, Li heard a rumor that there may be 1 last chance to be saved in the Black Room, before a player was doomed to a fate as a human test subject. Zheng and Zhang play, but not before Zheng punishes Zhang by asking him to slap himself and repent for his earlier dick moves. The rock, paper, scissors game time ends, and Zheng is taken to the Black Room, where other players are also being kept. The room actually has a one-way mirror where players inside the Black Room can see the outside hall. Zheng meets an old man and a gangster with a bandage on his back, who are also in the Black Room, who are also waiting to be saved. Zheng believes and trusts that his comrades Meng and Li will do the right thing and save him. Anderson appears again to explain that the game is almost over and 10 minutes remain, where the remaining outside players can use their remaining stars and money to buy and save anyone they wish from the Black Room. The old man mentioned that he was in the Black Room because he made a deal with a man in white earlier. The old man would help the man in white cheat, by giving signals about what cards were being played from behind the one-way mirror. In return, the man in white would save the old man from the black room in the end. The gangster points out that he's clearly been scammed, and that the man in white has probably already left the cruise. The gangster also points out that Zheng would be in for a rude awakening as well. If he came into the black room with the blind faith his friends would save him, not holding any collateral against them. Zheng refuses to believe this. But sure enough, as Li is about to request and buy Zheng's freedom from the black room, Meng stops Li and points out that if they actually don't go through with saving Zheng, they can actually make a lot of money. Meng also admits that he doesn't even have a daughter, and he's actually just a thief and all-round asshole. Li realizes that Meng has a point, and also decides not to save Zheng. Zheng is heartbroken, realizing that he's been betrayed once again. This is the 4th time this movie. The gangster points out again to Zheng that this is an animal world, and people are ruthless. If he wanted to be saved from the black room, he shouldn't come in empty-handed. The gangster bids Zheng farewell, as it appears that the gangster's friends are planning to pay for his freedom. As the gangster leaves, Zheng has a sudden epiphany and attacks the gangster, before being pulled off by Anderson's staff. Zheng realized that the gangster's collateral was under his bandage. When Zheng attacked, he nabbed the bandage, which contained diamonds. Giving the gangster's accomplices no choice, they free Zheng as well. Before Zheng leaves, the old man pleads Zheng to deliver a message to his son, as he now would not have the chance to. Zheng promptly rushes out of the black room and beats up Meng. He forcefully takes back the stars and money that Meng and Li were about to run off with. He uses the excess money to buy the freedom of the old man, as he drew parallels to losing his own father at a young age. Zheng leaves the ship and goes back to the hospital, where he finally embraces his love interest, Liu. Zheng believes that life has returned to normal. In a mid-credits scene, Zheng wakes up from a nap in the hospital, only to spot Ando lurking around. He chases Ando into an unoccupied hallway. Anderson appears once again, noting that Zheng is just like his dad. Zheng has the revelation that Anderson was the one responsible for his dad being hauled off by suspicious-looking bad guys when he was a child. It is also a foregone conclusion now that Zheng's dad also participated in the Animal World games.